Free from Henderson. Got it to Messer in front. Backhander scores. The puck back in. Campoli trying to clear it. Burrow just pressed. Lost the puck loose to Edwards. Back in for Alex Burrow. Gets up in the air. Now McKinnon to the side. No! With the left glove. Are you kidding me? What a save.
Hey, Canucks Nation, Brandon Alston here, play-by-play for the Edmonton Canucks. You've got it locked in the line change, Vancouver Canucks podcast.
Happen. Oh. Yo, what's up? We're
up,
live,
everybody?
okay. This is the first time I've actually been the one to start the live, but thank you for joining us. Coincidentally with the line change, and we apologize for the stream earlier. Tyler had some technical difficulties, and we are here now, and hopefully all of you have clicked on that bell, got a notification that we're coming on, and we're here to do the post game. What's up, Tyler?
I know I just did. I just got a notification from Headspace Hockey saying they're going live.
Your mic.
My mic? Test.
Nope.
No?
Okay. Tyler's still having some technical difficulties. Fangirl, I know Clay's going on in 25 minutes. We understand that. We're going to make it quick and short. To the point. Hopefully Tyler gets his mic going. If not, then I will be running this show tonight for the first time.
Test.
And he's still having technical difficulties. But yeah, so tonight we had a matchup, all Canadian matchup between the Canucks and the Senators. I was lucky enough to be at the game tonight with Swerve and Irvin, my usual partner on Headspace Hockey. And we were blessed to be sitting next to none other than OG Canuck Clay Daddy of YouTube, Canuck Media. So that was definitely a treat. And without further ado, let's go to some of the stats for today. And I think Tyler might need to unplug and plug or restart, but I will definitely keep the show running since we have roughly about 25 minutes for the show. And thank you, Fangirl. You are one of the people that are here, but actually we have we have some through X, through Headspace, through Line Change. So
Test.
Yes, Fangirl. I definitely appreciate this. Hopefully this gets going. We're, I believe, at 52 right now. Views wise, we're actually doing okay, surprisingly. So we also got someone that reached out, one of, I would say, Canuck legend, but I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll let you guys know later on. We might do a collab soon. I just saw a message on Instagram, a DM from one of these legends, and I will talk to Irvin about it, and hopefully we'll do something with this legend. And if you're gonna be at our usual weekly show, Thursday we're gonna have Big Rain on the show. He's gonna do part 1 of 2 parts on his hot takes. The other part will be on here on the Line Change. We had a gentleman's agreement that we'll share Rain. And we'll have the clean version on Headspace and the unhinged, unleashed version on the Line Change.
Test.
I I actually have a better idea. I have something that I can give away, which probably is more than that. But I will also talk to Irvin, and we will be doing a giveaway at some point for sure, because it's sitting in my dining room right now, and I was contemplating on selling it or donating it or doing it as a giveaway. But if we do get to 100 subs by the end of the month, we'll put it that way. Then we'll do that. So without further ado, let's do some of the goals. So there was a scoreless first today. It was 0-0 going into the second. Then Ridley Grieg, assisted by Pinto and Zub, broke the deadlock. That goal itself, the Canucks actually did challenge because they thought there was a hand pass. There was some sort of, looking at the rule book, the Canucks did everything they did. They could do. I mean, Adam Foote looking at the rule book, or his staffing looking at the rule book, and any puck hitting a hand and then continuation, like it should have been a stoppage of some sort. But there was no stoppage, and it ended up being a good goal. I can't remember which player it was that it hit, but Ridley got the goal. Canucks challenged it, failed, and went on a penalty kill, killed the penalty, which it wasn't half bad. It wasn't half bad, I would say. And the rest of the game, there really wasn't much scoring, with exception of the open empty net goal by Brady Tkachuk that was assisted by Stützle. And that was beautiful. I mean, coming into the game, I really wanted to see these two and the power play. Unfortunately, they Canucks held their ground on the penalty kill. So nothing on that end, but saw some shots. It was good. But yeah, that's pretty much like the game. It was scoreless through first, one goal in the second, and then just the empty net. It wasn't really what I was expecting, to be very honest. Because with the Sens trying to get a better positioning for the playoffs, you'd expect them to be, gunning and running. But apparently, the Canucks PK was a little too much for them. On the other hand, with the Canucks power play, it was abysmal. They went 0 for 3. And in terms of shots, I think they had no shots on the power play. Kind of expected when you have PD going on the power play, and it's always passing. He did get a shot. It was blocked. I think on both power plays, he did get a shot. Unfortunately, it didn't go through. But if we look at the stats right here, 24-16. After the second, it was actually, I think 17-16 around that. We did a second intermission guest spot with Russell on Nothing is Perfect. And I actually went for the over. So I went for the over on shots because, it was roughly about 7.5 shots per period. And the Canucks ended up having, I think, just one. So yeah, that was kind of pathetic, but whatever. It is what it is. And we're here for the long run. This rebuild is going to take a while. So if you thought this game was bad, then, there's more to come. But at this moment right now, it was okay hockey. It was entertaining in a sense. but not as entertaining as, the Jets game a couple nights ago. That was a stellar performance. What I have to say is Lankinen actually held his ground. He played pretty well tonight, only had that one goal in. So he went 23 for 24. I think it's like a 0.9, like at least a 90% save percentage, which is great. Unfortunately, power plays on both ends, getting a goose egg on both ends. Penalty minutes, it did get a little rowdy in the second, which was interesting. And our newest addition, Curtis Douglas. Curtis Douglas looked good in the first period. He had quite a number of shifts, but I think he only ended up with 6:52, just under a tad under 7 minutes of ice time. Something that you would expect because, he's a guy, Oakville guy coming from playing in the AHL for a while and not getting much NHL. But for this player himself, when we signed him, or not signed him, picked him off the waiver wires, he is not waiver exempt. So if we were to send him down, there's a possibility of losing him. So what happens at this point right now? Evander Kane was out of the lineup tonight. Max Sasson slid over to the wing, trying that out. And then we had Curtis Douglas manning the fourth line. So I think in general it was good. I mean, watching this guy skate out, this guy's a giant. So hopefully, we get to see a bit more of him for the rest of the season and for next season. And it's just gonna be a game of musical chairs for a while. For me, what I said on Russell's stream is I want to see more of the kids play. And, with Kane having this, I believe it's an upper body injury, that gives these kids an extra spot to play, right? So hopefully that continues and we'll see more effort and kids getting more reps. There's no better time than now to have these kids like Mancini come in, make those mistakes that he needs to make, learn from them, and hopefully at the beginning of the next season, we will have, more developed prospects or young kids. So going with the ice time today, Brock Besser had just under 20 minutes. O'Connor, about 17. Hoglander, just under 15. Elias Pettersson with 15-26. So, I mean, in general, if you look at it, everything's spread out quite equally for the forwards, with exception of Teddy Bluger taking more of the faceoffs at 18:44, which is odd because you're asking a third line center to pretty much play first line center. And then let's see here. No points across the board because they were scoreless. But who were the ones that were on the ice? It was Besser, O'Connor, Hoglander, Ratu, which is interesting. Ogren, Rossi. Oh, sorry. That also includes the overtime goal. So, and let's look at the defense. We got, Willander at 20 minutes, same as Buum. Hronek leading the pack with 26. He's pretty much playing the Quinn Hughes ice time right now. DPD, Elias Pettersson, 14-19. Amazing because, I enjoyed watching those hits. He had 4 hits tonight. Continue to expect these hits coming from the young Swede. And Marcus Pettersson, 22 minutes, 2 hits. Mancini, 13, 24, a block and 2 hits. I think in general, he looked okay. He didn't, I mean, I was at the game and he wasn't as noticeable, which is good, because if you're too noticeable, then it's probably going to be because you made some mistakes, but he looked okay. Lankinen, 22 saves on 23 shots, and he was at a 9.57, which says a lot, because if you're a betting man, whenever Lankinen has been playing this season, it's been over 5 goals. So just getting that one, letting that one in, that's pretty good. Tyler, how's the mic situation? But it's working? Weird. Swerve and Irvin says we can hear, but I can't hear you.
Oh. Have they been hearing
Which
me
is
this
odd.
entire time?
I have my headphones on. Yeah. You know what? Let's do a quick test here. I'm gonna play something interesting. Can you hear that? Okay, it might be me because I can't hear that. Okay. If you can hear the tapping, then it's my issue here. Okay. I will change to this. And we'll let Tyler do his show.
Test. Can you guys hear me? I'm your conscience. All right, good. Awesome. Just wanted to make sure you guys could hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I was about to say thank you for holding down the fort. I don't know why that happened. That was weird. Justin, I'm glad you mentioned this, Justin, because actually one of our things that I actually have in my notes that I was kind of talking about. Actually, we're not even going to discuss that previous stream. Let's just take it, get rid of it. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Justin, because did anyone else catch Linus Karlsson hit a RKO out of nowhere on Artem Zub in this game, or a Stone Cold Stunner? Because I saw it on the broadcast. Gerald may not have seen it because he was at the game, but they showed it on the broadcast. Him literally grabbing Artem Zub and just yanking him down. I thought that was hilarious on the broadcast. And actually, I had a lot of fun with it on Twitter with Wyatt Arndt of Canucks Army. And even Rob Williams, Rob the hockey guy, even said, did Karlsson just stunner somebody? But I'm glad Justin said that. RKO out of nowhere, like I mentioned. I just thought that was really funny. And yeah, so again, glad Justin brought that up so I can get that out of the way. But I guess you already covered all the stats, except for this one. Shots on goal per period, we had 8 to 4 for the Sens in the first period, 9 even in the second period, and then 7 to 3 in favor of Ottawa in the third. So it, of course, rounded out to be 24 to 16 when it comes to shots. And then, of course, we had at least 2 celebrities in the house at Rogers Arena in this one. We, of course, had Michael Bublé, or Michael Bubble, as I like to call him, in the house. You had Drew Scott as well, who's one half of Property Brothers, along with his twin brother. I can never tell those two apart. Although, except I think nowadays one of them has a beard and the other one doesn't. So it's a lot easier to tell them apart now. And by the way, my dad absolutely loves that show. So I'm always seeing him watching it downstairs. So yeah, Drew Scott and Michael Bublé were in the house. And of course, they are minority owners of the Vancouver Giants. So, and of course, we all know how big of a Canuck fan Michael Bublé is, because he's sparring with fans on Instagram We've seen that. We know his passion for this team. But they weren't the only ones in the house for the Canucks game. I wouldn't call this person a celebrity, but this person is a gold medalist. And no, I'm not talking about Kurt Angle. I'm talking about, what was her name again? I had it down here. Megan Oldham, bronze and gold medalist from this past Olympics. She was in the house, and of course, they showed her on the big screen. And she got a rounding set of applause. So there was that as well. And then that was it for celebrities in the house. I guess we didn't also cover the 3 stars, but no biggie. It was Reimer, Lankinen, and Grieg. So there's that. And then I also wanted to highlight this for tomorrow. So hopefully my internet issues are solved by tomorrow, because that's going to be pretty bad. But I wanted to highlight this. Tomorrow, we're going to have Irfan Gaffar on the line change. And yeah, we're going to chat about the deadline. We're going to chat about the Canucks this season. You name it, everything. And yeah, we're going to have Irfan Gaffar on the line change. We're going to be talking Canucks with him, and I'm absolutely ecstatic for it. I can't wait for him to come on. It's going to be great. And yeah, another guest done, or rather here on the line change, and I'm absolutely ecstatic for it. So there's that. And I believe that is it for all the images. So let's get back to here. That I can't hear you now, G. Man, technical difficulties. It's been a day for technical difficulties. It's okay. He held down the fort, so I'm going to hold down the fort while he gets his mic stuff done. But just to give a little analysis from my point of view on this game, I know I was in and out on it, watching it on Prime. By the way, I just have to mention, if you guys watch the broadcast, okay, now I hear you.
You can hear me now, right?
I heard that, yeah.
You heard the blowing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. Because I don't see the... Okay, I see the mics now. They're moving. Okay, great. I apologize for that, everyone.
Okay. But no, just wanted to kind of give my analysis on the game. I was in and out for it, even though I was watching the broadcast. I was getting things trying to get things set up. And those of you that watched the actual broadcast will probably notice that there was a little sing-along with Adam Verk and Michael Bublé that took place during the broadcast. I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed it. So there was that, in case you were at the game or did not catch the Amazon Prime broadcast. They did a little sing-along with Michael Bublé, because who doesn't want to sing with Michael Bublé at this point? But getting back to the game, I thought it was a scrappy game from the Canucks, despite the loss. They just couldn't beat James Reimer, a veteran of the game in Reimer, who actually, I believe he signed with Ottawa in January. I can't remember what team he was with prior to this. I think I want to say the Sharks or somebody else. Or no, I think it was Detroit, actually. But he literally signed apparently with the Sens in January. And yeah, so he came in and he absolutely slammed the door shut on the Vancouver Canucks in this one. I do know we were talking a little bit about Lankinen earlier. Lankinen, without a doubt, kept the Canucks in this game for sure. This game could have been a lot different without him. So my hat's off to Kevin Lankinen. I'm not going to shit on him, at least not for this game, but he played very well in this one. And I think they made a few comments on the broadcast about his rebound control. So I kind of laughed at that a little bit. I thought that was a little funny. But
Do you
one
think
thing
of me?
a little bit, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will admit, on the Canucks side of things, there's a big reason why they couldn't put the puck in the net, because they were missing a lot of their shots, or they were getting blocked. That's one thing that I noticed a lot. They were missing their shots. Like PD missed the net on a one-timer. DeBrusque missed the net on a shot as well. They weren't able to get the shots on goal. But one thing that really did stand out for me in this one, and that was Zeev Buium. He absolutely stood out for me. Loved him driving it up the ice, showing off his speed, his hands. He was like swerving, pun intended, swerving in and out of the Ottawa defense, and I absolutely loved it. I'm glad he's shed the bubble. He's got himself a visor now, but he looked absolutely great. I did think PD had a good game tonight too, despite not getting on the score sheet. Then again, no one else got on the score sheet either. I mean, yeah, I know, Justin, he had one shot, but at least it's one shot. One is better than zero at this point.
Okay, wait. I got to say something. So he actually had a couple more shots that was blocked. So I saw it myself. It was there were shot attempts. It just didn't go through.
Yeah. But still, one is better than zero, though. So, and like I said, I thought he played a really good game tonight from what I caught. So, let's see what else to it.
Like Buum, I think I enjoyed watching his speed. Bringing the puck in. Like you need defensemen that can do that, right? And right now, aside from Hronek, you need someone else too, right? So for Zeev to do that, it was great. Kind of made a mistake. He got all the way to the net. I think this was in the second period. Tried to dish the puck back between his legs, and then I think it was an end of the shift too. And Ottawa recepted it and then went down the other side. So, these are the times, like I was saying before, if there's no other time, this is the best time for them to make mistakes, learn from their mistakes, and hopefully grow and be better for the next season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know, just quickly bringing up the ice times. I know you kind of touched on Douglas earlier. 6 minutes and 52 seconds. So he got a little bit of time, not much, but they're probably just easing him into it. I don't expect him to get like 15 minutes a night or even like 13 to start. But he's very noticeable.
Because at the first period, you see him every other shift. So Clay was sitting beside me and I said, wow. Even Irvin was saying the same thing, saying like, wow, he's getting a lot of shifts. And then in the second and the third, it obviously, he brought him back to earth. It was just to start the game. He was the starting line to start the game. Had a hit that I could recall, but apparently he had 4 hits. Not as noticeable as DPD or Junior. His hits are just you can feel them on the boards, kind of hits. So yeah, do we have a new heavy hitter in town? Yeah, maybe, but it also depends on if he gets the ice time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. And I know there was some, is he gonna play? Is he not gonna play? Adam Foote wouldn't confirm that he was starting tonight. He obviously, Kane ended up being scratched, and then he ended up drawing into the lineup. But if Kane had been playing, Douglas wouldn't have made his debut tonight. So we'll see.
Sasson would have been scratched.
Or that, yeah. I am curious as to why Kane was scratched. Because he's been kind of in and out.
Body.
It's an injury. Apparently. Injury. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Some sort of tweak, from what I heard.
All right. I did not know that he was dealing with that. I know he was sick. Or was it a few games ago? So, obviously, if he's not in the lineup, perhaps Douglas will get more playing time, even though it is, a 4th-line role.
This, you know what? Going back and looking at the trade deadline, and also like I was talking to Irvin during the game, it's very questionable what happened. Like everyone might be pissing on Alvin on, why wasn't Kane traded? I'll admit I was one of them. But if you look at the recalls, the call-ups, Ty Mueller was supposed to come up. There was a post of Ty Mueller coming up, and then they ended up not bringing him up afterwards. And you would kind of question, was there an actual deal that was in the works for Kane or for maybe even Bluger, for them to recall Ty Mueller up to the big club and then not bring him up? Right. And they were probably also unsure if they could have gotten Curtis Douglas. That is another speculation, right? Because we all were like, when Kurt Douglas was on the waiver wire, everyone was like, wow, we need to get this guy. And they weren't sure if they were, well, come on, man. If you claim it and you're the 32nd team in the league, who else is going to get that before you? But the question of Ty Mueller being a call-up and then ended up not being a call-up is that is a question. Hopefully when I talk to Begsy, we can ask him to ask Alvin, because it's I question that. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, I more so question the Bluger one than I do the Kane one. Because the Kane one, a lot of people are like, he doesn't really have a whole lot of value. His history. It's the Bluger one that really stands out for me.
Yeah,
and the whole thing about
continue.
him not having any no offers, BS.
Well, no, you know what? I'm pretty sure there were offers. It's just maybe English is his second language, and he didn't know how to say it. Like, I'm sure he's a capable GM that was not just waiting for calls or fielding calls. He probably threw out feelers at some point, but he was expecting other teams to call more than him calling out, right? So. Just a comment. Fangirl, yes, you're double modding, and I'm glad you noticed I put you as a moderator for our channel, so don't abuse it. But aside from that, we finally have a viewer from X. How about them Sens? Love it. You know what? Love the Sens. I mean, I've been betting on the Sens for the last handful of games. Sens are the real deal right now. Especially you got Brady and Timmy. Like these kids, holy crap. Well, they're not really kids anymore, but like these players, they're on a tear right now with at least a point for the last 6-7 games, if not more. I think Timmy's at like 10 plus games with a point. So if you're betting, if we're gonna do our sponsor read at the end, it's definitely if the Sens are playing tomorrow, you got to put some money on Timmy or Brady.
Yeah. All right. See if I have any more notes on the game. No, I do not.
Okay, let's go through the chat quickly. Not sure if all of them are still here. Some might have already gone over to Clay's. Apparently, Clay is doing a giveaway tonight. So if you are here and want to win something, head over to Canuck Clay's channel. He'll be doing a giveaway mid-show. I would assume probably 11:30. We'll go on for another 10 minutes at most, and just go through some of the comments, and then we'll head over there ourselves.
Ottawa still 3 points out with 19 games left to go, so they still have a chance. Yeah, to still make the playoffs.
Bro, if Buffalo can be top in Atlantic, anything is possible.
Oh yeah.
Seriously, that game last night was incredible.
Oh yeah.
And them
Tampa
coming
and
out
Buffalo.
8-7. I never saw two teams hate each other so much until last night. Like the amount of fighting, the amount of just oh man, the hits. It was such a great game, and I'm actually very happy that Buffalo, came out and won 8-7. Like this is a new era for Buffalo. They're finally sort of out of that rebuild to make the playoffs. I don't know if you can say they're a contender at this point right now, but at least they're going to give a fight in the playoffs.
Yeah, totally. And hey, I bet you anything Curtis Douglas is probably wishing this trade happened maybe a few days later, because he could have been in that game and he very well could have maybe had a fight. I think I saw someone tweet about that, saying like, oh, I bet you Douglas wishes he was still a Tampa Bay Lightning for at least one more game to be in that slugfest that happened between those two.
Yeah, we got Charlotte in the house. Yes, the Sharks have lost 2 in a row. What is this? They're looking for this small right now. I don't know what he's trying to say. I think this team should just tank. Come on, bro. You got to be optimistic. This is your team, man. They're doing well. Celebrini, you have your Celebrini, Misa, Tyler Toffoli. Even I can name all these players off of your team. Like these are, and you got Kiefer Sherwood for another 5 years, or is it 6 years? I think it's 6. Is it 6 years for 5.75? Yeah, or 5 years for 5.75. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, if you don't make it this year, that's fine. Like, there's always next year, and you got the Chief, helping you guys out. And yeah, Fangirl saying, Sharks are in a much better position. Who knows? The draft is a lottery, so you never know. Sometimes you shouldn't deliberately tank for the sake of tanking to get higher percentages. It is a lottery. Look at the Islanders and how they jumped 10 spots last season. So just let them play the game. Let everything happen naturally. I think that's what I've been saying all season. Let things happen naturally, and if it's yours, it's yours. Like it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, doesn't matter if you lose that extra game or you win that extra game. Like that position's not yours, right? And then we have a lot of the sound checks for us. I really want to know what Rain is.
Yeah, apparently I just realized I forgot to upload my thumbnail. Apparently, I just realized that
thumbnail.
So there you go. That's what I just quickly did. Yeah, it was just showing us on the thing, so I forgot to. So I just quickly did that. So don't mind me.
Thanks for coming in, Taylor.
All the technical difficulties.
Of all days. Thank you, Taylor, for coming in. Hope you get well soon.
Good to see you, Taylor.
No, we're not celebrities of any sort. I mean, the first intermission, we threw the reel out just as a joke to see if anyone will actually show up. We actually did meet a couple people, which is better than none, right? And obviously we had Canuck Clay there, so everyone knows to come first intermission at the game when Canuck Clay is there. So we just borrowed some of his fame. But yeah,
don't forget Kayla Emo was there. Kayla Emo was there too.
Oh yeah, we talked about the tortilla slap. We talked about the tortilla slap with her, and she was. Yeah, she was worried right after she slapped him, is what she told me. And Irvin was saying, yeah, if she grew up in a different generation, she would have gotten her ass beat. But because Clay is in this generation, and he asked her to do it technically, so can't really blame her, right?
Yeah, definitely,
Okay.
definitely.
Justin Credible, tempered expectations for Douglas, big guy, meant to protect the youth and provide some size, but he might not have as much of an offensive side as Dak or Keefe. That is 100% true. But it's a waiver claim, so you can't really expect a waiver claim to be very offensive. So, it is what it is right now. Let the kids play naturally and learn from their mistakes, and then at least you have an enforcer aside from Junior, like Elias Pettersson, and at least there's an extra option, right? So no one's expecting him to score a lot of goals. I mean, his first minutes of the game, he came down, and I was thinking, oh boy, is he going to score a goal? Like this kind of like Garland, like this new team bump. Is he going to score a goal? He was very close, but he didn't. So, anyways, I think that's pretty much for
Yes, he did play.
The comments. Yeah. He played 652 tonight.
Yeah. I did want to bring this up. This isn't really Canucks related, but I saw this obviously on social media the other night. I kind of commented on social media. I'm not sure if you saw this, but did you see Bo Horvat got fined $2,500 for flipping somebody's freaking helmet?
Yeah. That's fine. Love it.
Yeah.
From Bo, I love it.
Oh yeah. I absolutely love that Bo did that. I don't think he should have gotten fined for that. Like, I thought that was a little, pretty, crap, I'm trying to think of the word. I don't want to say shady, but I thought that was pretty soft by the league, especially having looked into it and seen what actually happened in that game. Apparently, I think it was Eklund is the guy who he flipped the helmet. Apparently, he threw
it was
Bo's
Eklund.
stick down. He threw Bo's stick down the tunnel. Like when he grabbed his stick and threw it down the tunnel, and then so Bo gave him a little, and it wasn't in malice at all. It was a little fun, little flip of the helmet, and then he flips it back down, and then Bo gets a $2,500 fine. I don't understand that at all. But
he can afford that. That's fine.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a league trying to get some money.
Yeah, but I absolutely love that Bo did that to him, and I thought it was hilarious. There's a little flip, and it didn't look like Eklund really minded it at all. Just based on his reaction to just flipping his helmet back down. Little, playful jabbings between those two. But I saw that last night, and I was like, seriously, you fined him for that?
No, but look at this. Look at it this way. Like, who had the last laugh? Bo Horvat won the game in overtime.
Yeah, exactly. And
Schaefer and Bo just going at it. Like, that makes Vancouver fans cry, because look at what you guys gave up on. Like, you picked the wrong person. Seriously. I mean, I have 2 Bo Horvat jerseys. Actually, no, I have 3. And it's just, I have a reverse retro, which I love, and the Sprite jersey. I have a black skate of Bo. Actually, only 2. So these are the 2. And I always thought he's going to be captain for a while. That's why I got those jerseys. And for them to trade him away, this new management, you guys made the wrong bet. Seriously. Like, if you never traded Bo, I don't think the Canucks would be where they are right now. But the silver lining is, at least for the first time in 56, 57 years, the Canucks can rebuild properly.
And I don't know if you guys can see in the back, but you see that 53? I know it's reversed, but there's a 53 right there on the door. That's my bow one, which is the stick and rink one that they have.
Nice.
So yeah, even I have a Bo Horvat jersey. So yeah, I absolutely miss Bo, and then seeing the way he's playing it in New York is great. I think someone did a tweet, just rehashing that initial trade, like Ratu, was it a first?
Yeah,
I don't have the tweet up here, but it was an Islanders
a first. It's a first, Ratu and Beauvillier.
Beauvillier, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was an Islanders fan who like tweeted that, and I just looked at it and I was just like, I mean, yeah, sure, we got Hronek out of that deal, but I looked at that tweet and I was just like, man, what could have been? But yeah, I definitely miss Bo, just him as a human being as well. He just. I know he did that little flip thing, which we never really saw him do in Vancouver, but he was, from what I've heard about him, he was a, great human being. And, he helped with the community. He was heavily involved with the community. And, up until we traded him, he loved it here. So.
Yeah. I mean, Bo, like just seeing him make the Olympics and being on that fourth line, scoring a couple of goals in the Olympics, I'm so happy for him, but at the same time, it just sucks that he's not for the Canucks. He doesn't play for the Canucks anymore. And he's happier in New York, less scrutiny, because there's the Rangers, there's, other teams like the Yankees, the Mets, there's so many sports teams out in New York. So the focus really isn't on him. And he can focus on just playing hockey, right? As opposed to if he was in Vancouver, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You got New Jersey and the surrounding area, too. The New Jersey, New York area. So many teams.
Yeah. So, yeah, let's call it. Or do you have anything else?
Did someone say the S word in Russell's chat? And was it Brandon Astle? Was Brandon Astle in the chat again? Or in Russell's chat? That's not good.
What? The S word? Shut out?
Shut out. Yeah. I don't know. A fangirl saying that someone said it in Russell's live stream. Said the word shut out. So.
Well, they're right. It happened.
Yeah, true.
The Canucks had 2 power plays, 2 after they scored the first goal, and they couldn't capitalize and had 0 shots. So it has nothing to do with that S word.
Yeah, no. That was just me taking a little joking jab at Brandon for that Russell told me about the other night. But we didn't really get into this. I just realized this real quick. Speaking of that first goal, do you think it should have been called back?
No, not really. I mean, if you go by the rule book, yeah, it should be called back. But, I mean, at the time of the game, the refs called it, and it has to be some sort of substantiation that would overturn it, and there really wasn't. So, I mean, if you go by the rule book, yeah, it should have been overturned, but it is what it is. I mean, we are in tank mode right now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter. Adam Foote did challenge it. Ended up getting a penalty for it. Delay of game. Yeah. I mean, the outcome was fine. I mean, it wasn't like a blowout, like a 7-0 game. It's fine. It's okay.
True. Very true. I know. I remember seeing it on the replay, and it looked like he was actually protecting his face because it looked like the puck was coming towards his face. So he was just getting his hands up, and he happened to move like this, and he happened to push, or I guess move the puck into the direction of Grieg. So I'm not gonna get up in arms about it just because of the game. And the fact that we're in 32nd place, we're not in a playoff spot. These games, winning the game, we're not okay. I don't want to say we're not trying to win the game, because that's wrong, but it's not that big of an issue. I'm not gonna, have my pitchfork or anything like that, because the refs messed up on that. But it is what it is, and the refs made their call. Sure, if you go by the rule book, it should be taken back. But at the end of the day, it was still a close game, regardless of this. And hey, if we had gone into overtime, we probably would have wound up losing still, because we were terrible in OT lately. Lost our last six games that went to overtime. But hey, maybe if we went to a shootout, we would have had a chance to win, because Lankinen's still 4-0 in the shootout. So
yeah, but Canucks don't need any more points. Even
Exactly.
these one extra points will kill them. So
yeah, especially, I believe it's because I believe the Rangers won earlier. They actually shellacked the Flyers earlier. I think it was 6-1 or something like that. So the Rangers won, which is good for us. That the Rangers won.
yeah, I didn't really do much scoreboard watching because I was at the game.
So we're about 10 or 11 points back.
The closest right now are the Rangers, and the Flames are slowly crawling back. So
yeah, because I know the Flames lost earlier. They actually managed to tie the game up, I believe, at one point, and then I think they lost 7-3 in the end, I believe. So yeah, the Canucks are basically 11 points back of the Rangers. I'm not sure exactly what they are with the Flames, because the Flames lost, but I believe they're 10 or 11 results away from being mathematically eliminated at this point, I think. Correct me if I am wrong in the chat, or Gerald can probably pull it up. But I believe it's 10 more losses away.
9.
9? Okay, that's close enough.
Yeah. They can't get more than 11 points.
Mm-hmm. So that definitely works out for the tank. I know I was watching the Flames cast, which is a part of the Hockey Podcast Network. They actually had their final episode today. So I actually ended up watching that, and they were talking a lot about the draft and the potential for Calgary getting a top 5 pick. So that was very interesting. If you guys are into the Flames or happen to be into the Flames, definitely I recommend checking it out. It was actually a pretty good episode from Kyle and Neil. But like I said, part of the Hockey Podcast Network that I'm on. So they had their last episode today. Not just of the season, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah, I think that's about it. Just looking at my notes again. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So why don't I do my sponsor before I forget?
Yeah, please do.
I guess you can ignore that private chat I sent to you, just in case you had to do it. So I can definitely do it. Let me just get rid of some of these real quick. And then I'll quickly do my sponsor read, and then we'll do our closeout for that. And then we'll jump over and see what Clay's giving away.
Yeah, I'm actually watching while we're doing this stream, so that's why I'm kind of
all good.
Spaced
That's all
out.
good. Okay. So yeah, let me look at the betting odds for tomorrow, or just the games. I'll look at the games.
So we got the Leafs and the Canadiens, Sharks against Buffalo, Blue Jackets against Tampa, Detroit against Panthers, Pens and Hurricane, LA against Bruins, Flames against Rangers. Wow, this is a lot. Islanders and Blues, Golden Knights versus the Stars, Mammoth against the Wild, Ducks against Jets, Oilers against Avalanche, and Preds against Kraken. Of all of these games, I would say, for me personally, I would still continue with Quinn Hughes, 1 point, over half a point, and let's see, Avalanche and Oilers maybe over 5.5 goals. Those are my picks.
All right. And of course, a reminder that odds are subject to change, and of course, play responsibly. And then on that note, give a big shout out and thank you to my sponsor, at least on the line change, none other than DraftKings Sportsbook, which is an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify. Shopify is the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts go abandoned and way more sales going through. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. On the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period for 3 months at shopify.com/Westwood1, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Westwood1 to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Westwood1.
DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is built for the fastest game on ice. With player props and live betting, every shift, every shot, every save gives you options to get in on the game with DraftKings Sportsbook. New customers bet just $5, and if your bet wins, you get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THPN, that's code THPN, to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas, wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois, 21 plus in most states. Void in Ontario, restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which will expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. This is a limited time offer. Copyright 2026 NHL, all rights reserved. This video has been a presentation of both DraftKings Sportsbook as well as the Hockey Podcast Network. Be sure to check out the network for your favorite podcast covering your favorite team at thehockeypodcastnetwork.com, the home of hockey podcasts, where it's every team, everywhere.
Boom. All right. So that's going to do it for this wonky post-game show with a plethora of technical difficulties on both ends. Man, I'm really hoping, I got my fingers crossed, I got my toes crossed that this does not happen tomorrow when I have my special guest on. Of course, I'll highlight it here. Mr. Irfan Ghaffar is going to be joining me on the line changed. We're going to talk, as I mentioned earlier, the deadline, the Canucks, the season. We'll talk about, the draft maybe a little bit too. But, I'm really excited to have Irfan. He's, of course, well known for Rink Y Vancouver that you guys catch after every single Canucks game, right after the buzzer with Jeff Patterson. He also does the DFO rundown Insider Edition with David Pagnotta. So very excited to have him on at 11 a.m. tomorrow. So set your alarms, 11 a.m. And then, we'll be going live. So, and even if you can't catch it live, it will be on the YouTube channel. You can always watch it whenever you can. definitely looking forward to Irving Kafar being on the podcast tomorrow. And again, knock on wood, fingers crossed, toes crossed, everything goes well in that, and I don't get cut out midstream. Because that has happened once with Brandon Astle. But that was a while back. So, yeah, looking forward to that. That's going to do it for this post-game show. We just made it to an hour, which is fantastic. We're going to jump over to Canuck Clay. So definitely check out Canuck Clay. Also, while you're at it, and since you're already here, check out Headspace Hockey. We're also streaming live on Headspace Hockey as well. So go ahead, check those guys out. Let's get them up to 500 subscribers, at least 100 by the end of the season.
By the end of the month.
By the end of the month, for sure.
Yeah, we'll try to do a giveaway.
Yeah.
Okay? Something cool.
Yeah. Once again, thanks to everybody for joining. I'm Tyler. He's Gerald. And this has been both the Line Change podcast and Headspace Hockey. Yet another collaboration on a post game. Thank you, everyone who was here. Thank you to those like Fangirl. Always great to have you.
Thank you for
around.
moderating,
Justin.
Fangirl. Appreciate it.
Yep. Obviously, Big Brain Rain was here. Just incredible. I know Duo was here way earlier. I don't know if he ended up coming back, but always appreciate Duolingo. His support has been absolutely great. And
can't forget Shardle.
Yeah, can't forget SGA Shardle, the biggest, or at least one of the biggest San Jose Sharks fans we have in here. So yeah, thank you, Shardle, for being here as well. Really appreciate it. And anyone else watching, no matter where you're watching from, I might be stealing a little bit of Clay's stuff here. No matter where you're watching from, you guys chose to watch, and Gerald and I obviously greatly appreciate it. And that's going to do it for this post game. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I guess we'll see you guys in the next post game, which is Thursday, right?
Yeah, it's Thursday.
Thursday.
I don't know if we'll do a post game because we're going to be live on Thursday. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
At 10 p.m. Headspace Hockey will be live with Swerve and Irvin and myself. So if you have time, head over there. If Tyler is going to do a post game, it'll have to be early. But the game, I believe, is at 7, so it'll be 9:30. So yeah, unless he does a post game after our show, I won't be there. But
yeah, I'll probably do one after. Probably do one after.
Come on over to Headspace Hockey on Thursday at 10 p.m. I think Tyler has shown the link, or just search Headspace Hockey on YouTube and you'll find us. Really excited. We have Big Brain Rain, who is going to be doing a segment with us on Hot Takes. And come check us out. We'll see you then.
Yep. And then, I'll do one after you guys. So if you guys want to do a double header, you can do Headspace Hockey and then come to the Line Change for the post game afterwards. Yeah. So, we'll do that. Thanks for watching again, guys. Really appreciate you. And we'll catch you guys in the next post game.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.